Hi there, welcome back to Torment, Tides of Numenera. We're going to have a look at the clock. This clock. Immanuel and Kazmin have asked us to repair it, and we'll try to find out something. Terrible vision of an enemy attack overlays reality again. People scream and run for their lives, hunted down by armored soldiers. A series of memories flit across the surface of the device itself. Look at the memory in the lush valley. Somehow you know the memory is from a long time ago, centuries ago probably. A man and a woman, both with tattoos like your own, are surveying a lush, secluded valley, seeking an ideal location for a hidden sanctuary. As you review the memory, you get a strange feeling in your mind that you can only describe as a query. The device wants something from you. Suddenly you remember the memories in the device are possibilities, but you can lock one of the memories here, so it is the only one that displays. You don't remember what purpose that served, though. Look at the memory in the underwater city. The memory is recent. Two men, both with tattoos like your own, are in an underwater city searching for something. The denizens of the city chase them from the artifact they seek, and ultimately surround and capture them. Yeah, that's the memories we have experienced. Look at the memory of the city under siege. Somehow you know this memory is ancient. It might have occurred 1,000 years ago. A man and a young girl race through the streets of Sega's cliffs. All around them the city is attacked by a terrible people, the Tabat you recall. The man takes them to an ancient machine somewhere in the city. Then he and the girl disappear. Look closely at the changes around you again. Circus Minor is under attack. Squads of armored soldiers hunt down the fleeing masses. Buildings around the square are on fire, though none of them are remotely the same as the buildings that stand today. The feeling Sega's cliffs in this vision is ancient. These events could have occurred as much as 1,000 years ago. And this is the last memory. So we'll try to lock that. Images of the man and the girl are the only ones that play across the surface of this device. They run past the enemy soldiers and then disappear, and the machine in an endless loop. Closely at the changes and leave the device alone. I mean, there's other stations here, like this one. This is also doing the same thing, or is it? As you approach this device, Circus Minor changes around you. People are dressed differently and speak differently. Whole new structures appear, including an enormous building rising from the edge of the square. You look down at the device. A series of images flit across its surface. They don't appear related to the changes around you. You see faces of other people and places, all of them familiar. Look at the changes. Minor looks almost completely different. All the people are dressed strangely, and though they speak the truth, they use many terms and phrases that you don't understand. The square has changed as well. All of the tents are gone. The buildings are more colorful, less weathered. One building in particular rises from the edge of the square, a tower of purple rock some 50 stories high. A mural is painted on the side, though you can't see the details from here. It's not an underwater city. Maybe it's the lush valley. Look again. Yeah, I mean, maybe the lush valley. Unlock that. Images of the man and woman in the valley are now the only images that play across the surface of this device. Survey the valley in an endless loop. Look closely. And leave the device alone. Now they are somehow connected here. How is that going? What's going on with the clock now? Have we done something? Complex machine shimmers in the air. When you look directly at it, the clock faces seem to show several different times at once. Shadowy silhouettes watch you from beneath the central clock face. We'll examine it again. Aha, it makes you a little sick, yeah. Reach for the figures and passes straight through the clock face. The figures at the entire structure. It's as if the entire machine wasn't even there. Step away from the clock. So it is not there now. I would really love to understand. We have done something, but it didn't make sense. You feel a slight tugging in the corner of your mind when gazing upon this symbol and this thing. The size of the human figure that's repeated throughout the camp, highly unusual. Its use as a symbol suggests the elevation of humanity, or perhaps a specific person. Now let's maybe use that thing in the middle. Is that also a strange feeling comes over you as you approach this device, as if someone were sneaking up on you, the corner of your eye. When you look, there's no one there. It feels like something is different though, but you can't put your finger on what. Series of images flit across the surface of the device itself. They don't appear related to the changes around you. You see faces of other people and places, all of them familiar. Look closely at the changes. The changes are difficult to notice at first, but after a moment you figure it out. Circus Minor is the same, but the crowd is different. Most of the people in the stalls and buildings are not the same as those you've seen around the square. Those few you do recognize are younger by several years. Several years. So we'll lock the recent memory. Images of the two men in the underwater city are now the only images that play on the surface of this device. They search for something, are chased, and then are captured over and over again in an endless loop. As soon as you lock this third image, a final surge of energy arcs through the air, from the device to the clock itself. The clock shines for a moment, then becomes solid, fixed into a single state. At the same time, the device in front of you goes dark. The images disappear, as does the strange view of the city's past. The clock is here and it's ticking.
I'll remember that.
Wow. Fallen to earth. And our clock. We have a closer look at the figures here. Who's inhabiting this clock? Machine is solid now. Each of the three clock faces shows a single time, though none of them point to any time measurement that you understand. You lean closer to the central clock face. Three shadowy figures still lurk within, their features almost discernible now. Suddenly the figures surge out of the clock toward you. Intense pressure strikes your head like a steel spike. Then everything goes black.
I'll remember that.
Oh my god, we've been killed. Again. Or have we? What is this? Dirityaku. That's the founder of the Order of Truth. Willon. And Kamosi. Who are these guys? Will they attack? Probably not. They will just kill us. Oh my god, look at this. Is this Giger? Is this... Oh my god.
Go.
This is crazy. How that is looking. These famous pictures, do you know them? Who made them? Was it Giger? Oh my god, I don't know. It's so great. Let's talk to Divityaku. He's the leader of the Order of Truth, and we're an explorer. He's an explorer too. Let's talk to him. Hey, Divityaku. You disappeared. 3 figures before you are disoriented. They don't even seem to notice you at first. All 3 of them have a tattoo like yours. Cast-offs. Divityaku was a cast-off. What befell us? The woman is dressed in powerful-looking armor. Her face bears several scars, yet her eyes have the innocence of a child. Did he do something? Are we still in the clock? Scan thoughts. What new torture does the changing god have for us? I do not believe so. The second figure is tall, dressed all in black. Its height is exaggerated further by a violet fish-like crest on the top of its head. Its large yellow eyes are squinted, scanning all around. There was a woman outside the clock, but it wasn't. It was her. The third figure, Willon, points at you. He's small, wiry, and tense, as though he expects danger. He carries a shield on his back. She's a cast-off, he says, looking at your tattoo. Can't say I recognize her, though. First, who are you guys? The woman steps forward. We beg your forgiveness, friend, sister. We have been through quite the trial. I am Kamosi. These are my friends, Divityaku and Willon. We are cast-offs, like you. She looks you up and down, her brow slightly furrowed despite her kind demeanor. We were ingested into your head. I saw it. How is that possible? He eyes you suspiciously. Who are you? Well, I don't know. I think I'm a cast-off, the latest one, maybe. The latest? She raises one eyebrow significantly higher than the other. That's not possible. We faced the changing god mere days ago, and you are not the body he wore. Oh, interesting. I think we might have been trapped in that clock for centuries, Kamosi. Something about it messed with our perception. Divityaku, the Vagellan looks up at the ceiling, or where the ceiling would be if there were one. Time is an illusion. How long is the wrong question? It turns its enormous bulbous eyes to you. What is this place? Where are we? Scan thoughts. Outside time we were, perhaps still are. Somewhere in my mind, I think. Vagellan shuts its eyes. 6 nostrils open wide as it inhales deeply. Yes, perhaps you are right. Our consciousnesses were ripped from our bodies when the changing god activated his clock. Then when you appeared, it happened again. Our minds ripped from their chronal prison. It looks to its friends. I cannot be certain, but I believe this is part of some vast mental construct. He turns to you. Your mental construct. Rion's eyes become nearly as large as the Vagellan's. What, you mean we just went from one prison to another? He grips you by the shoulders. You did this. If this is your mind, then let us out. But how? I mean, we're trapped here as well. Why first? Now we have time to speak, probably. Why did the changing god trap you in the clock? Ah, yes. Kamosi looks down, embarrassed. The 3 of us once worked alongside our sire, helping him with his research after he'd brought the Order of Truth to Sega's cliffs. We saw him for what he was, selfish, arrogant. Scan thoughts. Moralel helped us to see. I wonder what has become of her since we were imprisoned. He doesn't care about us, Rion says, not a single one of his children. He crosses his arms and looks away bitterly. All of his projects were always about him. He didn't care if anyone got hurt in the process. We betrayed him, Divityaku says. Unlike the others, the Vagellan looks you directly in the eye. We meant to stun him, to capture him before he could escape to another body. But he was too quick for us. He activated the clock, tearing our minds from our bodies and trapping us eternally. Well, why can't you get us out of here? Aren't you listening? We were trapped in that clock for centuries. I'm looking for a way out, believe me. But if Divityaku says it's your mind, then it's your show. So long as we live, there is hope. One of us will find a way, Moses says. Well, I don't know how to get out of here. Relax, friend, sister. Whether for days or centuries we survive that clock, we will survive this. If time is an illusion, then it is not our enemy. We will find a way. I don't see a way out. The Varjellan, Divityaku, stretches its neck, putting its face within a hand span of yours. It seems to be examining you. Then it says, your mind. Only you have the power to change. What he's trying to say is that this place was created for your body, or perhaps by your body. Our sire placed within each of us unique gifts and abilities. For example, I have never heard tell of another caster who could trap consciousness the way that you have. She gives you a warm smile. He would not have created this space for you without also giving you a means by which to move through it. Think, what other gifts did our Creator bestow upon you? I chose an aspect of myself when I was born, deep in the heart of this labyrinth. Built a path out of a deep fathom in my mind by recovering memories I had lost. Yeah, I think rather that. Perhaps if there were any memories here to recover. Vilon curls his lip and looks around. Maybe I just don't know what memories look like, but I don't see anything. Divityaku says, it would seem we are in agreement, Vilon. Chose an aspect of myself. I was born deep in the heart of this labyrinth. Is that it? Divityaku shakes his head. I can see what you speak of. It says, and you get a momentary impression that its eyes can see through you. This aspect describes you. Just as I am Varjellan, Vilon is observant, Kamos is foolish. Kamos, I object to that characterization. Vilon gives a kind chuckle. He's not wrong, and you know it. At her wounded look, he raises his hands placatingly. It's the truth. Anyway, you've gotten us out of twice as much trouble as you get us into. Divityaku, the Varjellan speaks to you. These aspects are descriptors of who we are. They are not us. That you chose your aspect says quite a lot, but I do not believe that it is enough to set us free. I'm what they call a nano. He laughs. So's the Varjellan, but you don't see him barking about it. You see, that's just the type of thing that you do. It was a path you chose, not something our sire gave you, nor a means of freedom. Let me look around. I'll be back. Don't give up hope, friend,
of course.
Sister.
Fine.
What's here? Some kind of riddle?
All right. Let's go.
Talk to them again. Three of them mutter to each other, looking around this strange space as they try to find another way out. Well met, sister. Have you discovered anything new about our predicament? Yeah, I don't think I have the ability you're talking about. But you must. She looks at her compatriots and back to you. We each have our gifts given to us by our sire for a specific purpose. His purpose, of course, but a purpose nonetheless. She presses a hand to her chest. They say, for example, that foolish enough though I may be, I have 9 magical gifts of speech. That is not something I chose, nor learned, but it is who he made me to be. Villon rubs his hand along the edge of his shield. I am a master of defensive arts. As I learned them when he was in my body, probably built my body to excel at it. I wouldn't call it a gift, but it's me, yeah. Divitiaco, I am one with the shadows. I live in them, I breathe them. This is not some esotery I discovered, but a unique ability our sire chose for me while he was in my body. Camus gives you a kind smile. The gift is in you. Perhaps you have just forgotten. Our sire wouldn't have made this place for you without granting you the power to get out. Focus. Find the answer inside yourself. Shut your eyes. Search your memories for these abilities. You rifle through your memories, past everything you actually remember, to those memories you didn't create yourself. There must be a key or a door, anything that would help you escape this fathom of your mind. Just as you're about to give up, you find something, a cluster of sparks, nascent abilities deep within the core of your being. You sense the abilities to speak eloquently, to use a shield with a master's skill, to lurk among the shadows as though they were home.
I'm ready to learn something new.
None of these seem particularly suited to creating a path out of this place, but as you sift through them, you know that you are trapped here, not because it is some puzzle your sire left for you to solve, but because you are not yet whole. This is another part, the last part of deciding who you are. In completing yourself, you will be able to open a path back to the calm of your mind. Oh, crazy. Let's see. Silver tongue. Breathing shadows. Perception, deception, quick fingers. Surprise attack. Master's defense. Counter-attack. Shield master. What would we do? Nocturnal. Darkness is your ally. You excel at skills suited for the shadows. Brandishes a silver tongue. You know the right thing to say in every situation. There is no obstacle that cannot be overcome with words. Yeah, we'll try that. I mean, we're more of an explorer, and that will be very helpful for us. Because we don't want to explore by force. We want to leave everything intact. Persuade. And maybe, if it needed, we'll decept. Confirm. That's it, you did it! Does this mean we can go back to the real world? I don't think so, Villon, but it does mean we are free, finally. He turns to you. Thank you, friend, go. We will follow. Scan thought something's not right. Shadows, angles, it's safer for her to go first. So we'll go first.
On it.
Let's see what is not right. It's the sorrow. Oh my god, again. We got killed. This game is about dying a lot. Where are we now, Spectre? What is this? I saw what happened. Are you alright? That thing almost killed you. What did happen, Spectre? Blasted you out of that part of your mind. His voice is somber. The sorrow must be gathering its strength, taking spaces in your mind to keep you from reaching your full potential. I don't know why it doesn't just destroy you. Maybe the fragments aren't strong enough yet. It's alright though. We have more important things to do, right? Like get that chamber fixed. How did activating the clock in the real world open that other fathom? Who knows? It probably triggered something in your mind, made a bridge you didn't have before. Maybe you did have the bridge once, but you lost it. Could other fathoms open like that, Spectre? Maybe you've already made a lot of changes to this place. At this point, nothing would surprise me. Has anything changed since last time? Right, look around. It's your mind. What should I do now? I fix the chamber. Then, thank you and farewell. Can examine this. The portal has collapsed into this tiny, pulsing sphere. Something about it strikes you as angry. Oh, you'd be hard-pressed to say why.
On it.
Our mind has
Let's go.
expanded, it seems. Oh, and we've got a level up. So I'd say for now, thank you for watching. Happy gaming to you, and see you in the next episode. I want to figure out a bit before leveling up, before more advancement, and before returning to the real world. I wish you a good time and happy gaming until then. See you in the next episode of Torment Tides of Numenera.